Welcome to Vietnam. Join me and James as we explore Hanoi and Ha Long Bay. So first things first, in Hanoi, we went to the Vietnamese Women's Museum. This museum has multiple floors, and each floor is dedicated to an aspect of the Vietnamese women's life. So one is their economic activities, the other one is their family life, the other one is their marriage, their outfits, so very cool. So this museum was really interesting because it showed all types of different ways that women in Vietnam live. There's a lot of different cultures within Vietnam in itself, so a lot of different tribes, a lot of different customs, a lot of different ways to dress. They also have different ways that they handle marriage, childbirth, the roles of women in society in general. So it was really, really cool to see all of that history in there. Don't worry, they have a lot of captions in English as well, so you can read. And in these specific posters, they really displayed how much the Vietnamese women always contribute to defending their country in any war that they're in. So the women there are fighters as well. And then lastly, I want to just show this beautiful dress that I saw. That was my favorite, and it was all just embroidered. I don't know how to say that word, but you know what I mean. Just very beautiful dress. Then as we were walking around the city, we actually came across this park dedicated to Li Tai To, which is an ancient person from Vietnam. He was actually an emperor, and his reign was marked by the beginning of a very prosperous era for Vietnam, so that's why people like him so much. He also moved the capital to Hanoi back in 1010, which is something that the Vietnamese people really appreciate because this move was considered a really important move that helped to solidify Vietnamese as a nation and their identity. And he was also celebrated because he promoted Buddhism, which contributed to like the cultural and spiritual life of Vietnam to this day.
So this is called morning glory. It's a vegetable that's pretty much only found in Southeast Asia. You can find it in a couple really specific restaurants in the United States, but it's pretty hard to find. It is so good though. If you can find it, get it. They always make it so garlicky. Okay, so now we got a tofu lemongrass. Oh, that's really good. They did a great job on their tofu too.
I have a vegetable fried rice. It's really garlicky. It's really good.
So they gave us 3 different kinds of spring rolls. There was one that had a very soft outside. We already ate that. This one has just a rice paper outside. And now I'm going to try this one. The last one was amazing, so I'm very excited. Incredible. Vegan spring roll. So good.
So we're here tonight at the Vietnamese water puppet show. It's a traditional cultural practice here in Vietnam, and it started in the rice paddy field where they used to do puppet shows for themselves, and now it's a whole production. So we're very excited to come watch this tonight.
So this water puppet show lasts about an hour, and I would recommend actually getting the tickets on that same day, but just earlier, maybe in the morning. You can go to the theater itself there and buy the tickets. They cost approximately like $2 to $3 per person, so pretty affordable and pretty worth it. Then as we were walking through downtown Hanoi, we saw this cathedral. And it's really significant actually to the Vietnamese people because it was constructed during the French colonial period, and it is one of the first structures that reflected French architectural influence in Vietnam. It has a similar style to the famous like Notre Dame cathedral in Paris, actually. And the cathedral is not only a place of worship, but also a symbol of the historical intermingling between Western and Vietnamese cultures, which I think is really cool.
Hi everyone. So we just got back from our short little walk in Hanoi old quarters, and we got a lot done today actually. So we bought our tour for tomorrow to go to Halong Bay. We went to Lily's Travel, and we were not expecting this, but they actually gave us a bunch of gifts for booking with them, which we thought was really cute. The people there were overall just really, really nice to us. They gave us not one, not two, but four socks, 4 pairs of socks, which are pretty nice quality actually. And they also gave us 2 bananas. They wanted to give us more bananas, but we said 2 is okay. And then they also gave us this candy over here. They gave us plenty of it, pretty much everything that was in their table, because James tried one of them and he said, "Oh, that's really good, where can I get some?" And they said, "Well, have all of ours." So that was really cute of them. And so we're gonna go on that tour tomorrow. We're gonna film everything for you guys, and we're gonna tell you if it's good or not. But so far, the service has been great. Some of the other things we bought was, we went to this art store with a bunch of Vietnamese artists. They had paintings, they had crafts, they have everything. And we saw this beautiful art right here that reminded us a lot of Studio Ghibli art. So we bought it. It's very, very cute. It's from a Vietnamese freelance illustrator, and she makes art inspired by childhood and by nature and saving the world. So we just thought it was really cute, and we're gonna be able to store this in our laptop bag, so it's not gonna take too much space. And hopefully we can hang this up wherever we go to live next. And then the last thing we got, and the one I liked the most, was some earrings, some gold earrings. So for the purposes of the internet, it's fake gold, and they are so beautiful, you guys. Like, I've never seen an earring look like this before. I'm gonna put a photograph of how they look like on so that you can see, but they are just so cute, and they were designed by the sister of the person who saw us at the store there. And then lastly, this shirt right here, I don't know if you can see how it is, but I saw it at a vintage store. They have plenty of vintage stores around here apparently, and it was just so cute. It's jeans, and then it has these bows right here. So I'm gonna throw out one of my shirts so I can put this in my bag, because I just really loved it. And yeah, I think if I were to stay here longer, I would get even more stuff, so I'm glad I'm leaving in a few days. But it's just such a good shopping city because everything is very affordable, high quality, beautiful stuff, beautiful art, beautiful clothes, beautiful jewelry. So definitely, if you're coming to Hanoi or to Vietnam in general, be prepared to buy some awesome things for a very fair price. So that's just what we did this afternoon, and I'll see you next time. So we're here at the Hanoi train street. This is a street where a train comes about twice a day, and there's just a bunch of shops around the tracks, really close to the tracks, and then when the train comes, everybody just packs things up really quickly, goes to the side, and waits for the train to pass. So that's the whole point of this attraction here in Hanoi. It's really interesting. And we managed to snag some seats right next to the train. We had some things to eat and to drink, and we'll show you when the train comes.
So when you get to this train street, the first thing that you're gonna understand is that people are trying to get you to go to their restaurant. There are several restaurants in this street, and you have to go to one of them and order at least water or a drink to be able to sit there for a while and wait for the train. Online it said the train was gonna come at 6 p.m. but it actually came at 9 p.m. So I would just double check the time before you go, because we did have to wait 3 hours there for the train to come. But I mean, that's fine. We ended up talking a lot with a couple that was sitting next to us, and it was really fun. So 5 minutes before the train comes, everybody gets all their stuff, as you saw, takes everything away from the tracks, and then everybody gets their phones out and waits for the train to come. The train is coming now. I was really scared actually, so that's James filming with our phone, because I just sat back and just went as far back into the wall as possible because I was just scared because the train was so close. And there's people touching the train and everything, hitting the train. I would not recommend doing this, you guys, because you never know. But I guess, you know, there's worse things that you could do, like step on the tracks or whatever. Yeah, so that was really fun. And then after that, we just walked around a little bit more, and we saw a street market in Hanoi, which really reminded me of the Thai street markets, because a lot of the same things were being sold, like mango sticky rice and smoothies and things like that, knickknacks. So they have everything there that you could imagine to buy. It's very affordable prices, all cash, of course. So get some cash at the ATMs. And yeah, just really great stuff over there in Hanoi. Then on the next day, we were off to the Halong Bay tour. So the first thing we did was drive on a bus for 2 hours to get to the area where we had to go to the docks. And then you ride on a boat for about an hour to get to actually Halong Bay. This was the veggie lunch that we got. We sat with this really cool group of people too that we became friends with afterwards, so it was really nice. And this is just some shots of the boat, just so that you have an idea. This is the cheapest tier of boat you can get, but you can also get the more expensive one for like $100 each, and it's really nice. Hi, we are at Halong Bay in Vietnam. So this is a UNESCO protected site in the world because it's so beautiful and unique. And Halong means the dragon who is landing. Because according to the legend in Vietnam, or their tradition, there was a dragon that protected Vietnam from invasion throughout its whole history, and he's still here in Vietnam. He did not go back to heaven, so he stays here at Halong Bay. So we're here, James and I, we came with this tour guide. We came on a little boat that didn't shake at all, which was nice. They gave us lunch, and they gave us even a free complimentary drink. And now we're getting to the good part. Let's show you around. So the first thing we did when we got to Halong Bay was go into these caves. They are ancient caves. Oh my god, every cave is ancient, I'm sorry. But anyways, they're ancient caves in Vietnam. People used to live here a long time ago too, which makes sense because it's pretty cool in there. Outside, you know, it's obviously very hot. We were there and it was like 40 degrees every day, but inside the caves it's pretty nice and cool. And they also have these beautiful rock formations that are very unique in these caves. Some of them look like dragons, some of them look like turtle, and there's even ones that look like, you know what I mean, you know? So pretty cool to see all of that. You know, these things formed themselves such a long time ago, and little by little they became this way. Also, another thing is that during the rainy season this whole thing floods, so you can't really go in there. So pretty cool. And our guide was really nice. He was holding his teddy bear up there, so we just followed him. Then on the next little bit of the trip, we were able to either take a boat or go on a kayak around Halong Bay. I went on the boat with everybody else, and James took a little kayak so he could ride around, and it was just so beautiful, you guys. And I thought it was pretty cute that the Vietnamese people that were there were actually singing and super happy to be there. So I thought I would film it for you guys. In the end of the afternoon, as we were waiting to get back on the boat, we had some time left, so the guys actually started to play soccer, and James joined in because he likes playing soccer too. And it was just a really cute little wholesome moment, you know, everybody from the boat, just all the tourists, all the Vietnamese people together playing soccer. And then lastly, they made a little party for us as a thank you, I guess, for taking the tour with them. And they had fruit, they offered wine, 1 glass of wine per person, and we just partied it up at the boat on the way back.
1 kilometer distance from the lake. Got somebody sexy, tell them hey.
And then after a long day, we just returned to Hanoi again, and we went back to our favorite restaurant, the Met restaurant.
I'm gonna try now the Vietnamese egg coffee. It's a coffee with egg in it, and you're supposed to drink it while it's hot. Take a look. Let's see how it goes. It tastes like a sweet that my mom used to make for me. And she would take just the egg yolk, and then she would put sugar in it and just mix it up really hard for a long time. And then it would be this creamy egg thing. I think they put the coffee in here and then they put that on top. That's what I'm thinking. It's really sweet. It's really creamy. It doesn't taste like egg much, just like my mom's thing didn't. And it's just really delicious. Take a look again. And I think they put some cinnamon on top as well. Or some cocoa powder. It's really good. I approve.
So I usually don't like coffee at all. Matter of fact, I usually think it's awful. But I really liked that. It was good. I think the egg, it's not an egg flavor, but whatever the sweetened egg is, works really well with the coffee. And I drank a deeper sip where I had some more of the coffee, and it was a little too dark for me, but even the coffee here is just really good. So now I'm gonna try some vegan pho. Very rich flavor, very soupy. The cilantro was great with it, very good.
Then on the next day, we stopped by the Imperial Citadel of Thăng Long in Hanoi. This is an iconic historical site, and it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site as well. It just holds a lot of historical and architectural significance to the Vietnamese people because it represents their resilience, and it was the center of the whole political and cultural aspects of their society for nearly 13 centuries. So really cool area. There's a museum in there too that you can visit. Highly recommend it. Then we stopped by the Ngoc Temple. This is a temple in the center of Hanoi, and it is accessible via a very iconic a bridge, which is called the Hook Bridge, which translates to where the morning sunlight touches. This temple was dedicated to General Trang Hu Dao, who defeated the Mongols in the 13th century, as well as Van Shuang, a scholar, and Nguyen Van Su, a Confucian master. So it's a place full of history and very peaceful too, so a good place to meditate and just check out the views of the lake and the city backdrop. I would highly recommend going there. It costs only $1 or $2 to visit, so really not expensive at all. And just make sure you cover yourself up to go, to be respectful, You have to cover your shoulders and also your knees. And if you don't have an outfit like that, they also provide it there for you as well. So that's really cool. And then after that, on our way back, we actually came across these kids at the park who were learning English and they wanted to practice with tourists. These kids were so cute, and they had these little sheets with questions that they wanted to ask us, that they had pre-written, and then we just answered the questions. They seemed to understand and they were able to talk to us even and practice and everything. They had a teacher around also monitoring everything. So I thought this was a really cool way for them to practice their English, and I just thought it was so cute.
But I don't. Yeah, I never had. Do you have a pet?
No, I don't have it. But in the future, I want to have a small dog.
Oh yeah, a small dog is the best.
Yes. Very cute.
Very.
We also wanted to recommend this vegan restaurant that we went to twice called Katze. This is actually a very interesting and unique experience when you go there, because the person who works there will actually teach you how to eat the food, and they will teach you that you first have to dip it into the sauce, put some vegetables in there, put it on the rice, and then you eat it. And then they actually put it in your mouth to show you, which is really interesting. And it was a big surprise when they did that the first time. But they're just really nice people, and they always will give you more food than you ordered. I don't know why, but they do that, and it's really nice. It's really good food. So definitely, if you're in Hanoi, try this restaurant. It's amazing.
James loves the soup. I think
It's green.
it's what?
It's green.
Right.
You ever tasted green? It's like it just tastes like green, like a tea.
And then on our last day, on a Sunday afternoon, we noticed that they closed down a lot of the streets, the busy streets there, for a market and also for a lot of cultural activities. So this is not a closed street, but then this is one. And still there are some bikes that roll around, but mostly it's closed. And not only that there's a market outdoors, but also people dance, people do exercises, they have a band that plays music outside. So it's just the life of Hanoi, you know? The people of Vietnam are so incredibly kind, so nice, generous people. I would highly recommend visiting this beautiful country if you have the chance. And the Colonial's recipes everywhere, you know. And then that's it for us, you know. Thank you so much for watching this video. Really hope you enjoyed it, and make sure you subscribe and give us a like if you enjoyed it, and let us know in the comments what was your favorite part of Hanoi and Vietnam, and what would you most like to see if you went there. Alright, thank you guys, bye.